Hi, welcome to another Becoming Retail episode where we look behind the scenes of our research and our interviews with executives. And today we're going to be talking about what makes an organization successful in a digital transformation. Of course, our thesis at Becoming Retail is that it's about the people rather than the technology when it comes to digital transformation. And when we aggregate people up, it becomes an organization. And we, in our survey in August, asked retail leaders what kind of attributes does an organization need to have to be successful in a digital transformation? And a little bit of context, we asked this question about a digital transformation that happened before COVID-19. As I'm sure we all are aware, there was a meme at the beginning of the crisis that said, who accelerated your digital transformation, the CEO, the CIO, or COVID-19? So I want to put a little bit of context behind this question because the most popular response was understanding the need for a digital transformation. That is the most popular way or attribute that an organization needs to have in order to be successful for digital transformation. And Rob, I'd love for you to take us through the number two response, which is a detailed understanding of the customer.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime it's important to understand your customer, but amidst the pandemic, it became even more important as loyalty actually went away to a large degree as consumers were looking for convenience, trust, and overall safety. And what really comes to mind for me is a conversation I had with John Strain, the Chief Digital and Technology Officer at The Gap. And that iconic brand, that iconic retailer has gone through a 2-year journey, a program to better understand their customers. As you can imagine, for as long as they've been in business, they have a lot of information about the customers and their preferences and shopping behavior. And they applied data scientists to their customer file. And, they looked at demographics, psychographics, and geographic insights to better target and serve them. They were really focused on, and they continue to be, targeting through marketing, personalized emails, on-site experiences based on channel preferences, loyalty status, and of course, product affinity. And, as he thinks about personalization going into 2021 for The Gap, they see this as the relevancy for what's happening in the industry, and they're doubling down on personalization because they understand the consumer and they're able to actually operationalize that data, turn it into intelligence to really drive an amazing engagement.
Yes, it seems like a very simple concept, understand your customer, but it really stood out to me. It was a 2-year project employing, I'm sure, hundreds, if not thousands, of data scientists, all different angles analyzed to really understand their customer and how to serve their needs. And came from the top, right? John is the C-suite, so that really leads into the third and fourth most popular responses, which is a culture of experimentation and risk taking and CEO sponsorship. Right, you need to have a leader that understands where the company needs to go, where that digital transformation happens, and they also really need to set the tone for experimenting. Right, digital transformation is not without its bumps. There's certainly a lot of risk taking that happens and failures to learn from. But generally, people are really afraid to take those risks. So having a culture and a CEO or C-suite that understands that, embraces that, and imbues that in the culture is really important.
Yeah, that's right. And, as I think about these 4 responses and how retailers really responded to the pandemic, a lot of it comes down to, Michelle, basics. And one of the most basic aspects is the customer. Because of the digital surge and consumers really gained more control and access in the digital world, which really democratized what was happening in shopping. It's created a battle, if you will, for the consumer across whether it's traditional retailers, as we cited before, even consumer good manufacturers. And then you got these emerging platforms and players that are all trying to not only acquire, but gain loyalty of the consumers. And that really, again, starts and ends with understanding who the consumers are, who these customers are. And as I mentioned before, really operationalizing this data and these insights. So super interesting. Michelle, thank you for joining me and all of us to really take a behind the scenes look at the data, the insights, the people behind becoming retail.